Stay with the story, getting in more breaking inputs. In fact, we are now learning that the police have found a red Brezza at the Al-Falah University campus. This is the other big breaking input. Remember, this was also the car that was on the lookout by the authorities. And what we can tell you so far, that the authorities have found this red Brezza at the Al-Falah University campus. Let's quickly go across to Anshul, who's on the broadcast with us. Anshul, what details can you share with us? Who is believed to be the owner of this car? What have the police been able to discover so far?
Well, the vehicle is registered on the name of Shaheena, and it is her vehicle that the police was searching for. The red Brezza has now been found parked inside the university itself. Initially, it was suspected that there could be explosives that could be found inside the vehicle, and hence at this point in time the vehicle has been cordoned off, and experts have been called in to look into this entire vehicle, and then according to the SOPs figure out as to how they need to carry out a search operation. But the fourth vehicle has been found by the agencies, and further investigation into this entire matter is happening, though there is no direct connection that has still been established between the said vehicle and the explosions that happened at Red Fort. But however, after an investigation that will happen with the vehicle, it remains to be seen if at all there are any explosives or any other incriminating material that can be found inside that vehicle, that red Brezza as well. Remember, this was being searched for the last few days. Initially, a vehicle which was yet again connected to Shaheena, the Swift vehicle, that was also taken into custody. From that vehicle, assault rifle was recovered along with magazines, and hence it is highly suspected that there could be some explosives that could be found inside the vehicle as well, and hence precautionary measures, the area has been cordoned off, and now experts have been called in to look into it and investigate this entire vehicle as well.
All right, so Anshul, is this now also an indication, given that they've been able to discover a third car over here? You're looking at a Hyundai i20, which was the epicenter of the Delhi blast. Then you're also looking at a red Eco Sport that also has been discovered. Is this an indication that these terror planners were planning to use multiple IED-laden vehicles to carry out a bigger blast, perhaps?
Well, definitely, that was the exact plan that was being charted out. The amount of ammonium nitrate that has been seized and explosive materials that has been seized, it was definitely not for one blast. The exact plan was to actually make four teams. In fact, we have reported this morning as well, that 4 teams were made. Each team had 2 people. These people were tasked to carry out these IED explosions. Over the next few days, the IEDs would have been made and then eventually would have been handed over to them, so that a simultaneous blast could happen across different parts of northern India, be it the national capital, be it parts of Uttar Pradesh and Haryana as well. So the idea was to carry out simultaneous serial blast in different cities across North India. This is what has come out in the investigation and the interrogation that has happened with Muzammil. For that, several vehicles were also taken. Several of them were second-hand vehicles that were taken. These vehicles were all these vehicles that have been found till now. All these vehicles have CNG installed in them as well, because their motive was that whenever the explosion happens, the area should be increased, more flammable material should be used, and hence specifically CNG-laden vehicles were actually bought by all of them. But a big success for the agency. The 4th missing vehicle, that was the Brezza, has now been found. However, further investigation has started. The area has been cordoned off, and experts have been called in to investigate the entire vehicle.
Let me quickly bring in Ananya also on that note. Ananya, in the last 24 hours that have gone by, it's been very, very crucial and pivotal to the overall investigation, which, as we speak, is currently underway pan-India. Give us a sense of how multiple raids have taken place in the hours that have gone by, and how this has now become a multi-pronged effort by various central probe agencies.
Well, absolutely. It has been, in fact, a multi-layered probe since the very beginning. In fact, though the probe has been handed over to the National Investigation Agency, it was the joint efforts of, in fact, the Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Faridabad Police, and the Special Cell in the National Capital that had, and we still say it, that they have averted a bigger danger that could have actually occurred, because the recovery of, 2,900 kgs of, in fact, ammonium nitrate was something that could have created a very, very large explosion and could have caused multiple explosions as well. And hence, the joint efforts of the agencies are constantly working in as far as this blast is also concerned. And all the agencies, we also yesterday saw how, the Haryana STF, the UP STF and the Jammu and Kashmir Police along with the National Investigation Agency had visited Al-Falah University, and those visits are constantly going on, as Anshul is also pointing it out, that multi-agency and multi-layered probe being carried out by these forces, every angle being touched upon, whether it's financial, whether it's logistical, or in fact the people involved in this particular case. Constant efforts by the security agencies and the investigators being carried out in order to unearth this sinister plot that led to the loss of almost 13 lives and led 30 plus people injured.
All right, let me also quickly go back to Anshul, who continues to stay with us as well. Anshul, what has now been deduced after that very significant CCS meet that was chaired by Prime Minister Modi today? Another important meet is taking place as we speak, chaired by the Union Home Minister. So what is it that is now being instructed by the centre to all these investigating agencies?
Well, the CCS meet was very, very crucial because for the first time since the time the blast had happened, the Indian government has gone ahead and officially called it as an act of terror. And now why this act of terror becomes very important, because we are living in a new normal after the Pahalgam attack. The Indian government had said that any act of terror would be taken as an act of war. So now as the investigation is going on and slowly the links are being connected to all the way to Pulwama and from there to Pakistan, Jaish-e-Mohammed as well. This entire detailed investigation is being carried out in a very sophisticated manner, so that each and every evidence, each and every claim that India is going to make that this attack had links to Pakistan, that could actually be backed by evidences. And that is the reason why even today, as we are speaking, the detailed investigation, the detailed reports are still awaited to come in of a few things that is supposed to come in within the next 24 to 48 hours. And once that comes in, then India could actually go ahead and name other foreign countries who could have been a part of this entire nexus and who were actually trying to somewhere or the other go ahead and carry out attacks inside our country. So definitely all these links are being established at this point in time. If you speak about the meeting that is happening at the residence of the Home Minister, what sources are telling us that this is at this point is not related to the Delhi blast. However, the Home Minister is in constant touch with all the officers who are investigating the case. Personally, he's in touch with them as well. He's also in touch with the heads of all these departments to make sure that this entire multi-pronged agency probe that is happening at this point in time, that can actually happen in coordination, and the results could come out as fast as possible.
Absolutely. We will keep coming back to you, Anshul and Ananya. For now, many thanks for bringing us all those breaking inputs.